What up, street gods? Eric Kim. So, why you must create your own happiness? So, in today's consumerist, capitalistic world, money makes the world go round. But the question is, can money buy you happiness? One thing I could tell you is that money is good when you don't have to engage in hateful labor. So actually the whole like financial independence, retire early concept, that's actually a Korean word, guys. You don't know that? concept이 뭐예요? So the concept is good because if you're a self-employed and had passive income of $20,000 a year and you only paid $500 a month in rent and your happiness wasn't dependent or required on money or maintaining your Lambo, then what would you do with all your time in your life, right? And this is a question I like to ask people. It's like, once you, let's assume you are a billionaire or a trillionaire or whatever, just what would you do with your time? Okay, 엄마가 집에 있어요. 한디 집에 갈래? 오케이, 집에 가자. 아니 지금 9시밖에 아닌데 우리 벨라테라 가서 touring 하자. So what does it mean to create your own happiness? I think you create your own happiness by A, making art, playing, B, innovating, doing entrepreneurial things. Shout out to my friend Stan Hudecki, who looks like he gets a kick out of starting companies. I think anything and everything should only be done in a spirit of play and fun. Like, one should only create an entrepreneurial venture or a company or something, not because, you know, they gotta do it to make a bunch of money. It's because it's kind of fun, thrilling, and interesting to you. Even one random idea, I'm like, man, the problem of modern day parenting or kids, whatever, right? There's no place for a kid to play and get swole. Like, I want Seneca to be the most swole kid of all time. Like, you know, we have the gym for adults, right? Also, the problem with gyms, they're all indoor. I would prefer more outdoor gyms. There's actually a really good 24-hour fitness in the San Diego, one of the malls, where it's actually indoor outdoor. There's a big courtyard. It's actually pretty cool, kind of like the ancient Greek agora or the gymnasium where people could just work out outside. Even some of my happiest memories were early pandemic summertime in Providence, Rhode Island, just going to the gym, going topless and throwing around rocks and hanging out with other dudes. I wish it was kind of like that for kids, where it's like, you know, pay admission or subscription or monthly payments, where a kid could just go there, a bunch of rocks, a little mini Atlas stone for kids. Essentially train your kid to be like a strong man at a young age, right? I think it would be way more fun. Like, even all the parks here, right? The reason why all the parks suck is that there are no rocks no more. There's no stones. Like, all you got is like a lame ass bark. When I remember when I was a kid, just to get all the splinters from it, right? So yeah, like, but now the modern day thing for kids, they have these like stupid indoor playgrounds with slides and all these silly things. Honestly, they're just big distraction devices for parents, and then parents could just drop off the kid and, you know, dick around on their phone or, you know, play video games, I don't know, whatever. This is also another thing too, is like, I do not consider it manly or worthy or highly if a grown-ass man still plays video games. Like, I think video games are okay for a kid. High school level, fine. Maybe even the college level, fine. But, like, I personally quit games more or less cold turkey after my freshman, sophomore year, just because I got so busy with school, like, you know, working part-time, working 20 hours a week while still having a full course load, whereas my friends whose, you know, parents were just bankrolling them would kill time playing video games. Like, I think video games are interesting because this is the funny thing. video games are actually really good for poor people because let's say you're a parent, you're working full-time, single mom, whatever, right? You know, unfortunately, you don't have the time or the resources to take your kids to adventurous places. You know, you could, you know, spend $50 on a video game and it could entertain your kid for like weeks or months, right? So video games, I think, are actually good for poor people. But if he's rich, you got the monies. The ultimate thing is just like physical stimulation with your kids. Even the least bad place to take your kid is to the park. Whenever I see other parents take their kids to the park, I'm like, any parent that is nice enough to take their kids to the park is like, y'all good parents. But certainly the one-on-one time with your kid is the ultimate thing. Another pro tip is, you got a parent, whatever, right? Like, if you could, just keep your phone in the house and just learn how to drive without GPS, and then, or, you know, go to the park. Just lock your phone in the glove compartment and just play with your kid. Undistracted, I think that's the ultimate luxury and the ultimate, because the thing that people understand, right? It's like, bro, your kid is a mini you. And my theory to parenting is very simple. Just treat your kid or play with your kid how you wish your parents played with you when you was a kid. Right? Very, very simple. And, you know, sometimes you see parents do things that you consider basic, but everyone's different. Just kind of leave other people and their kids alone. I mean, it's okay to be judgmental or judgy, you know, low-key in your brain, but just, you know, keep it to yourself, right? Like the phrase, if you don't got something nice to say, just don't say it, is kind of a good one. I think, yeah, in terms of making happiness, you know, challenge yourself at the gym, 1 rep max, squat, micro squat. 네, 우리 먼저 벨라테어 가서 행했어. 우리 집에 가요. And also through making art to I think something that nobody's ever talked about is the more philosophical one could become, or the more one can philosophize. I think it's actually really good for your happiness. Like, I personally get some of my greatest joys when I'm trying to like go deep on a certain idea or concept or trying to understand something. I'm like, 네, 여기 버스 있네. So it's like, why is it that people do this and that? Even vlogging, right? Like, to me, I'm very happy when I'm vlogging. I do it for fun. I mean, I've never made a cent off of the YouTubies, and I don't intend to either, because I hate ads with a passion. Oh, Google, if any of y'all who work at Google or Chrome or search watching this, y'all, you guys so low-key sneaky now. It's like Googling. It's like, why are you putting ads in the search results in the second or third thing? And then what Google is super sneaky about now is they used to have the little yellow outline that's an ad that's like, okay, but they got rid of that, so now it just says bold black ad. They're trying to low-key make it look like ads are not ads no more, and that's not a good sign. Stop doing that. Bring back a purple color or something. Just or just keep it on the side. Nobody likes ads. Pro tip is, if you're working at Google engineer, it's like Chrome. It's like see if they had ad blocker or YouTube ad blocker enabled on their Chrome, and you're working at Google. It's like, it's not a good notion of alignment. Now, I was also thinking the next $1 trillion company would be a company that could thrive off of something that doesn't require money making on ads. Is a good concept. Or another concept, which could be a nice one, where you could actually make ads a beautiful, positive, uplifting experience. Like 네, 여기 물이 있어요. 우리 물 보러 가죠. So even like Old Spice ads, that was quite funny. Like, if you can make ads entertainment and fun and to be positive, that's a good thought. But once again, I don't think it should be about a money making thing. It should be more of a uplift and elevate human society. 네. Society type of thing. 네. 봐. Bus. Even a thought I had too, I'm like, the reason why I'm so like about Hyundai Genesis, right, is everyone wants the German car. I'm like, that's where I'm gonna be like nationalistic. I'm like, nah, bruh, don't get the German cars. They're inferior cars. Don't get the Mercedes. Don't get the Beamer. Don't get the Rolls, which is just a rebadged 7 Series. You know, BMW owns Rolls-Royce. Don't get the Porsche or the Porsche, which is just essentially an expensive 911 Turbo Beetle. Or the Audi, which is just an expensive Volkswagen. Get the KTM, baby. KTM is the future. Korean domestic market. Get the Hyundai Genesis. Ain't nobody know what it is, but it's probably the best car out there. It's the new modern day Flexi. Yo, what is, like, the best thing is when you have something that which is super gangsta and nobody knows what it is. So if you want a car, buy a Hyundai Genesis. Don't get any of these other loser cars. But anyways, make your own happiness for yourself, because that's the ultimate way to be ultimate self-sufficient.